Welcome to our channel. Hey everyone! Today, we're diving deep into a topic that's incredibly important but often goes unnoticed: self-hatred. Now, this isn't just about feeling down every once in a while. We're talking about those persistent thoughts and behaviors that might be telling you something deeper is going on. So, how do you know if you secretly hate yourself? Let's break down 25 signs that could reveal a lot more than you think. Sign number 1: negative self-talk. Do you ever catch yourself saying things like, "I'm so stupid, I'll never get it right," or "Why am I such a failure?" This constant stream of self-criticism isn't just about being hard on yourself. It's a sign that you're not giving yourself the grace and kindness you deserve. If you're always tearing yourself down, it might be time to ask why. Next up, self-sabotage. Have you ever found yourself procrastinating on something important, missing out on opportunities, or engaging in habits that you know aren't good for you? It's almost like you're setting yourself up to fail. This could be a way of reinforcing a belief that you don't deserve success or happiness. If you keep getting in your own way, this could be a sign of something deeper. Perfectionism might sound like a positive trait, but when it's rooted in self-hatred, it's anything but. Do you set ridiculously high standards for yourself, only to feel completely defeated when you inevitably fall short? It's like you're constantly chasing an impossible ideal. And here's the thing: nothing is ever good enough. If you're always finding flaws in your work or yourself, ask yourself why you're holding yourself to such impossible standards. Do you avoid social situations because you're afraid of being judged or rejected? Maybe you tell yourself that it's just because you're shy or introverted, but deep down, do you feel like you're not worthy of other people's time or attention? Avoiding others might be a sign that you believe you're not good enough to be around them. When someone gives you a compliment, what's your first reaction? If you find yourself dismissing it, downplaying it, or feeling uncomfortable, it could be because you don't see in yourself what others see in you. Compliments might make you squirm because, deep down, you don't believe you deserve them. Do you constantly compare yourself to others, only to feel like you're always coming up short? It's like everyone else has it together, and you're just not enough. This habit of comparison can fuel feelings of inadequacy and reinforce the belief that you'll never measure up. If you're always looking at others and feeling worse about yourself, that's a red flag. Let's talk about guilt and shame. Do you often feel guilty or ashamed, even when you haven't done anything wrong? Maybe you carry a sense of guilt with you, like a cloud that never really goes away. This could be a sign that you believe you're inherently flawed or unworthy. If you're feeling guilty all the time, it might not be about what you've done, but rather how you see yourself. Do you often neglect your own needs? Whether it's not eating properly, ignoring your health, or isolating yourself from others, this kind of self-neglect is a way of punishing yourself. It's like saying, "I don't matter." But guess what? You do matter. And recognizing this is the first step toward taking better care of yourself. Are you holding on to past mistakes, constantly punishing yourself for them? Even if they were minor, do you find it hard to let go? This inability to forgive yourself can keep you trapped in a cycle of self-loathing, where you're never allowed to move on or grow. Ask yourself, what would it take to forgive yourself and start fresh? Are you in relationships where you're treated poorly or even abused? It's a tough question to face, but staying in toxic relationships can be a way of reinforcing the belief that you don't deserve better. If you find yourself in a cycle of destructive relationships, it might be time to consider why you're staying and what you truly deserve. Success can be scary, especially if deep down, you don't believe you deserve it. Do you avoid taking steps that could lead to success, or downplay your achievements when they happen? This fear of success is often tied to a belief that you're not worthy of good things. If you're holding yourself back, ask yourself why. Do you feel like you have to overachieve in certain areas to prove your worth, either to yourself or to others? This constant striving can be exhausting, and it might be masking a deeper feeling of inadequacy. If you're always trying to prove something, it could be a sign that you don't believe you're enough as you are. Let's talk about internalized negative beliefs. Have you absorbed negative ideas about yourself from past experiences or relationships? Maybe you believe you're inherently flawed, unlovable, or a burden. These beliefs can be deeply ingrained, but recognizing them is the first step toward challenging and changing them. This one's serious: self-harm. If you're engaging in self-harm or other forms of self-destructive behavior, it's a clear sign of self-hatred. Whether it's cutting, substance abuse, or other risky behaviors, these actions are often a way of expressing deep-seated pain and self-loathing. If this resonates with you, please reach out for help. You don't have to go through this alone. Do you struggle to set or maintain healthy boundaries with others? Maybe you find yourself prioritizing others' needs over your own because you believe your needs don't matter. If you're always putting yourself last, it could be a sign that you don't value yourself enough to say no or protect your own well-being. Ever feel like a fraud, even when you're successful? Imposter syndrome is the belief that you're not really capable or deserving, and that it's just a matter of time before others find out. You might attribute your success to luck or external factors rather than your own efforts. If you're constantly doubting your abilities, it's time to recognize that this might be a sign of self-doubt, not reality. Do you find yourself isolating from others, either because you feel you don't deserve their company or because you believe they won't like you if they knew the real you? Isolation can be a way of protecting yourself from rejection, but it can also reinforce feelings of loneliness and self-hatred. If you're pulling away from others, consider why. Are you always apologizing, even for things that aren't your fault? This constant need to apologize can indicate a deep-seated belief that you're always wrong or a burden to others. If you're always saying sorry, ask yourself if it's really necessary or if it's a sign that you're not valuing yourself enough. Do you find it hard to enjoy activities that used to bring you pleasure? This could be because you feel undeserving of happiness, or because you're too focused on your flaws to relax and have fun. If you're finding it difficult to enjoy life, it's worth exploring why that is. Do you go out of your way to please others, even at your own expense? You might be seeking validation and approval to compensate for a lack of self-worth. If you're always putting others first and neglecting your own needs, it's a sign that you might not believe you're worthy of prioritizing yourself. Do you hold others to high standards because you do the same to yourself? When they inevitably fall short, do you feel disappointed or frustrated? This might be because you believe that if others can't meet your high standards, neither can you. If you're always expecting perfection from others, consider whether you're also being too hard on yourself. Do you avoid reflecting on your thoughts, feelings, or behaviors because it's too painful? This lack of self-awareness can keep you trapped in a cycle of self-hatred. If you're avoiding reflection, it might be because you're afraid of what you'll find. But remember, facing these thoughts is the first step to healing. Do you avoid seeking help, whether from friends, family, or professionals, because you believe you don't deserve support or that no one can truly help you? Feeling unworthy of help is a common sign of self-hatred. But here's the truth: everyone deserves support, and you do too. Do you constantly seek reassurance from others about your worth or value? This can be a sign that you're not confident in your own self-worth. If you're always looking to others for validation, it's worth exploring why you don't feel secure in yourself. Finally, body dysmorphia. Are you preoccupied with perceived flaws in your appearance to the point where it's affecting your daily life? You might avoid mirrors, engage in obsessive grooming, or even consider unnecessary cosmetic surgery. This unhealthy focus on your appearance can be a sign of deep-seated self-hatred, and it's important to address these feelings with kindness and compassion toward yourself. So there you have it, 25 signs that you might be struggling with self-hatred. Remember, recognizing these signs in yourself is a crucial first step toward healing. If any of this resonated with you, please know that you're not alone. Therapy, self-compassion, and support from loved ones can help you begin to rebuild a healthier relationship with yourself. You deserve love, kindness, and respect from others and from yourself. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, take care of yourself. You're worth it.